Already as a student studying acting in Berlin in the 80s, I became fascinated by the physical and visual dimensions of performance. Later, I saw productions of Tadeusz Kantor, Pina Bausch, Robert Wilson, and did research with Jerzy Grotowski and Eugenio Barba. These experiences contributed to my understanding of a theatre that does not want to mirror reality, but invites the spectator to discover new territories beyond the obvious. My creative desire was not to be just an actor, just a director, or just a designer. My aim was, at that time, to become what we called a theatre maker. In 1987, I became aware of an actor's training called Meyerhold's Biomechanics, which at that time was rarely known in Western Europe. Of course, I had heard about Meyerhold, the famous Russian director who had been killed during the Stalinist terror in 1940. But his work on biomechanics was not fully documented and not really accessible for us. I only saw photos of Nikolai Kustov, an actor and instructor from Meyerhold's theatre in the 30s, demonstrating a biomechanical etude. Starting from those photographs and some original text, I began my own investigation and received a 2-year scholarship for this research. A real breakthrough happened when I met Gennady Bogdanov, who had learned the biomechanical etudes from Kustov himself. From 91 till 96, I worked with Bogdanov and the Mime Center Berlin on the documentation of the biomechanical etudes. As a result of this collaboration, a video was produced under the title Meyerhold's Theatre and Biomechanics.
Doch das chinesische Theater zeigt uns etwas völlig anderes.
The following workshop film will show exercises which will give you a practical understanding of basic principles in biomechanics and an explanation of the specific terms used within the technique. Even if you are not aiming on learning the biomechanical etudes, this material will be useful in your own training as well as in teaching students some of the disciplines in movement theatre. For instance, the importance of kinesthetic awareness, a sense of equilibrium, the economy of movement and the composition, musicality and rhythm of movement. If you can combine curiosity with discipline, rigor with playfulness, the following exercises will be very helpful to improve your understanding of movement in theatre.
А что же происходит с движением вашей биомеханистической системы, Всеволод Эмильевич?
Was sind das für Bewegungen im biomechanischen System, lieber Всеволод Эмильевич?
Вы превращаете театр в жестокую машину, в которой актер становится бездушной шестеренкой, а слова поэта лишь приводными ремнями.
Sie machen aus dem Theater...
The biomechanical organization of our movements in time and space sometimes seems miraculous. How we adapt to the environment while we are, for example, running down a stony pathway is such a complex interplay in our body that we have no chance to follow our actions intellectually. Our biomechanical capacity to move is obviously something that is much older than our capacity to analyze a movement. The human bias is an extraordinary creation that we should stay curious about when we work on our artistic vocabulary. Meyerhold's advice to his students was to study, for example, animal movements or to watch children how they develop their physical abilities from early on. Our kinesthetic awareness, its complexity and precision, is a miracle in itself. Move along with heightened awareness. Use your full capacity to navigate yourself in space. Discover that you have more than just two eyes to use in this task. If you are sensitive and receptive, you can see and hear with your entire body. Isn't it amazing that a group of people can move almost like a crowd of birds without anybody bumping into somebody else?
One of us stops, the whole group, tuck, 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 like domino effect, stops. One of us suddenly will start to move again, and the whole group, like a very quick domino effect, starts to move again.
Did you ever wonder how people in a busy street, running in various directions, manage not to bump into each other all the time? On stage, we can reach even a higher level of kinesthetic awareness, a level beyond the daily experience. When you do these exercises, don't run around like bulldozers. Make clear decisions where you want to go, but be soft like water and adapt if something gets in your way. Try to discover the flow of energy that moves the whole group. Trust in your and others' kinesthetic sense.
And you yourself find the moment when you start to walk into space again. Now, with one obstacle, you don't see anything. Yeah? Really close your eyes. Really close your eyes. Try to feel the air. Absolutely take your time. Find another form of equilibrium. All these kilos just on one foot, and actually the first drama is inside ourselves. It's the drama of the capacity to stand and the weight that is pulling you to the ground. This tension is like the basic drama of our life. Yeah? So the capacity to stand, which makes us human somehow. Yeah? So in the thousands, millions of years from a position like this, we came up to this exciting position where all the weight is just on these two little spots that we call feet. So let's become aware about this drama, that you have a capacity to stand, that your skeleton is built like this, that actually you need just very little muscular tension to stay in this position. Side to the other, and go up to the moment, and just start from here. Start to risk the moment of keeping equilibrium, with the risk also to lose it. that you consciously can see where is the moment where you can't hold it anymore, or where you have to react. Yeah. Still too sweaty?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's come a bit closer. We try to make a circle and to sit on each other's knees. Okay, very important is that we are close enough, not too close. Yeah, not too close. And then if possible, don't talk. Just try to communicate with weight. When we look at theatre in this context, I think there is something very interesting to look at. That in theatre, mostly people look for situations where a character, a person, somehow gets out of balance. For the stage, it's not so interesting to look at people that are stable, that have a clear, established situation in their life, but we are very interested in looking at people that somehow get out of balance. So if you look at most of the dramas, at most of the performances, they deal with people who get out of balance. Yeah? The tragedy, Greek tragedy, is defined as the story about somebody who was in a quite high position and who fall. Yeah, that's the classical definition of the tragedy. In comedy, the funny thing is if somebody gets out of balance, if somebody is going and you feel already, now he's falling again. Chaplin. Chaplin is the archetype of the comedian that is constantly struggling also to get balance back again. Yeah? Then the dancer, or the dance, it doesn't have to be only the dance on stage, but the dancing actually is this interesting game that we play of losing balance and catching ourselves again. Yeah? Dancing with a partner is losing balance, but we hold the partner. Yeah? So for both sides, for the people that are doing it and for the people that are watching at it, it's obviously something that moves us strongly if the stability is in risk. Yeah? And then there is just a big difference between a quite cruel voyeurism that really just wants to see the blood. Yeah? So the Roman circus, yeah, where you throw somebody into the lions, yeah, just see.
or this kind of reality shows that we have today, where you want to see how they hit each other and how things really get out of balance completely. I also suggest that you don't look up to the top, but a little bit more down, because otherwise your neck is going like this. Yeah? If the stick is not too close to your body, but a bit far away, and you look like here, then your neck is more free, yeah? And still you have good possibility to balance. So start from standing position and try to keep the stick controlled as far as possible. When you feel that this is working quite well, you can try to work on different levels. Okay, now try. So first thing that is very important is that you stand stable on one leg. And then you keep the thing. And only if you feel stable, then you try to do it. Okay, now have the stick and let the stick go and try to catch it on the way here. Yeah? So that at the end you have it in balance. Okay. One of your first dance classes, so don't get ready.
feet out to the body. And also here, just realize how it affects the whole body. And don't isolate the movement, just go with this effect, affecting the whole body. Yeah? I mean, you can isolate a movement, but the tendency is that when you bring up the shoulders, is an impulse for the whole body to come up with it. Yeah? And if you bring them down, you go a bit and create. Is involved. Yeah? Don't see the movement as something isolated, but as a totality of the body. Yeah? Now, okay, till now we make quite big movements. What happens now if you really do a very small movement? Like, imagine that you have a little brush on your nose. You paint an 8 that is turned aside. You paint an 8 into the space. Distributed differently on your feet. Can you feel that? Yeah. So now, the 8, the triangle, the square, and the circle. First for yourself in space, so that you do from small to big to small and to different variations. Okay, with moving in space. So the 8 can go like this. Try to be precise. We were starting from something else. We were starting from one of the basic principles in biomechanics, is that when you move the smallest part of your body, the whole body is involved. Yeah? And I think we realized that, of course, you can do this. You can realize that in a very small movement, and of course, in the beginning, it gets much more clear if you do a big movement. As long as you keep the big movement serious, and if you don't get pathetic and you think and you are clowning around with it, both has an enormous quality, and both is actually investigating seriously on the principle of this totality. Yeah? And then you make your choice. If you want to work for film acting, probably you will not do these big movements, as long as you are not asked for it. Yeah? Because of a specific situation. Yeah? In a theater situation where you have 1,000 people and the last row is 50 meters away from you, it doesn't make sense that you just do like this all the time. Now we're going to analyze a specific movement. Yeah? Now we're going to look at a movement, and we're going to see how can we actually, this totality, how can we understand it better by analyzing it. Does a movement have, for example, different phases? Now we come to the special terminology in biomechanics. The preparation is called отказ. The Russian word is отказ. And it means preparation and refusal at the same time. Yeah? So in this negative, what we call positive negative moment, there is a kind of refusal. There is a moment of doubt, you even can say. The sending, when you bring the energy towards, the energy that you have accumulated towards your target, it's the passil, it's the sending. The moment actually when the throwing is done, but you are still in the dynamics of the action, is called stoika. Yeah? Literally is stop, fixation. But it's not a fixation like freeze, it's you're still in the dynamics of the movement. Throwing a stone. We have a concrete tennis ball, yeah? And the intention or the task, the exercise is to bring it from one hand to the other hand. Yeah? Following the principles of biomechanics and following our analysis, okay, what do we say first? Of course, we need equilibrium. Yeah? Do we have a good position? Be conscious of your legs. Be conscious that your legs are alive. Yeah? That you work from the legs also. The legs are incredible supporters of all your actions. Yeah? Now, we said basic principle is the whole body works on the movement. So you can do, of course, you can do like this, but we want to involve the whole body. So actually we do a preparation here. Yeah? This is our preparation, like a feather, like a spring. Yeah, is it right? Spring? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And using the spring, we go over to the other side. Duck. Yeah? Yeah? This is our отказ. Passil is the throwing, and catching is stoic. Yeah? Don't go too deep, don't go too deep. And then you bring the heel. There, yeah. Yeah. You see? It's do preparation, action, fixation. Find this note. If you do the preparation, very clear, yeah? And then if you catch the ball, somehow, even if you do a stoica and you go, it's not like, yeah? You go a little bit with the weight of the ball, yeah? Then, actually you are already quite near to the moment of next adkas. Yeah? If you want to do a stoica, if you want to do a fixation, you have, in a way, you have to go back a little bit to have space enough again for the next preparation. You know what I mean? So if I do the fixation here, I don't have, if my stoica is here, I have no more space for the next adkas. Yeah? If I do the fixation here, it looks stiff. It looks like cutting the energy. So look for this moment that when you catch the ball, there's a little, like a bounce. Yeah, it's a bounce. During your passil, during the sending, you have to work with your so-called tormos, which is literally translated break. Yeah? It's the capacity that in your action you are controlled in each moment. Yeah? So, best example, the cat and the mouse. Yeah? If the cat wants to catch the mouse, the cat is preparing. The intention to have a nice meal, yeah, is transformed into inattention. Yeah? Then the passil is the jump, and catching the mouse, stoica. Imagine you play a waiter in a comedy, yeah? And you come in with a tablet, yeah? And you have this famous duck, yeah? And then you have to run 5 meters, tuck, tuck, tuck. And that's
So that's back.
really, with the preparation, go up and throw. Yeah? To train your tormos. Yeah? So, da, turn around, and you catch. Adkas, passil, stoica. Yeah? Adkas, passil, not just from the arm, but from the whole body. Adkas, passil, stoica. Adkas, passil, stoica. It's the whole body that goes, yeah? Just very simple. Palm. Yeah? So look first. Look first. Yes. Yes. Don't panic if the stick goes down. Yeah, it's absolutely normal. Yeah, that if you start to work on it, it will fall. Yeah, it's our music here. It's our internal music. We have no audience that paid for it, so get a bit cacophony, no problem. Yeah? But don't get in panic, don't, no, keep concentration, take the stick and do it again. Yeah? Good. Eyes all the time. That, for example, let's just demonstrate. Like, if the stick is going like this, yeah, you don't have to look at the stick because you see it. Yeah, you see both sticks while you look into each other's eyes. Yeah?
And we throw it to the left hand.
You throw to the left hand. The change comes to the right hand again, and then. So can we take can we go a step further and try this beautiful working two sticks at the same time? Yeah? Okay. Now, this hand comes with palm upwards and takes the stick. You do a turn till you can't turn anymore, and then the other hand takes over like this. You do a half turn, and then the hand comes again with palm up. Turn till you can't turn anymore. It's going right direction. Yeah? Then you take again in this position. Half turn, palm upwards. You turn till you can't turn anymore. This movement, half turn, palm upwards. Turn till you can't turn anymore. This, half turn. Turn. So it's always down. So this is the windmill. So next element is from this turning. You take the stick with the palm upwards and you turn it, and at the same time you turn yourself, and here, yeah, you take it over till you come here and you have it again, once again. So, palm upwards, takes the stick, slowly, do it slowly, down, down. Turn yourself, down. And the palm upwards again, here, and you continue. We are still to the right. Yeah, it's possible here, and it's possible here. Yeah, it's just your right hand takes over and brings the stick under. We change side. And you can, when you train yourselves in the future, please always turn till you can't turn anymore. Yeah? Bring the upper part here to the side. Bring this part to your shoulder neck part. Now, very careful, build a little plafond here. Yeah? Please, adkas, asil.
You know what salt is?
All your problems of the shoulders and stuff like that. It's the same person that is guiding, but that it's changing. Yeah, you're working with contact. Rhythm and building up a kind of physicality that is more stylized. Yeah, exactly. You can also change the way. Okay, so it's that easy. Yeah? Don't get quicker, keep it, otherwise. Okay, very good. Continue and try to do something with the arms. Now hold the elbow of the part in front. space and wheel the sticks, and you give enough pressure that you don't lose the stick. Sometimes you give initiative that I move in a certain direction. Sometimes I give initiative that you move. Okay, and use the space. Go into space.
Vielen Dank.
Much nicer.